later, but we'll see. So we're going to start big toes together, knees apart, and just sink your hips back, bringing your chest towards your thighs. Walk your fingertips forward, but try not to let your shoulders come up by your ears. So keep your shoulders connected. And just start taking some deep breaths in and out. And just let your weight settle. As you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through the nose and really expand those ribs in 3 dimensions. Exhale, you pull your ribs back together, then you lift your belly button up towards your spine. And then take a couple more breaths. Maybe with each breath, you creep your fingertips out a little bit farther, pull your belly in a little more deeper. Let your weight sink. And then one more deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out through the mouth. Pull your belly in, pull your ribs together, and slide both hands to the right side of the mat. And you're going to put your left hand on top of the right and let your left hip sink down and away. So just creating space on that left side, reaching with your arm. Deep breath in, expand the ribs on the left side. As you exhale, pull your belly and start to slide your hands to the left side. Right hand goes on top, sink your right hip down. Reach with your right arm, just create space up that right side. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly in, pull your ribs together, bring your arms center again in line with your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, rounding through the spine, coming up onto your hands and knees. So coming into a nice, strong tabletop position, the tops of your feet are flat on the mat, hands under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. You're not moving, but you're still have a strong position. You're reaching your head in one direction, your tailbone in the other, your belly is lifted, you're pressing into the mat. And then do a few cat and cow stretches. So just starting to really loosen up the spine. Inhale, head and tailbone come up. Exhale, initiating from the core, lift your belly button up around to the spine, drop your head, tuck your tailbone. Inhale, head and tailbone come up, lift your chest. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Take the weight out of your wrist. Really lift up. And then do a few more at your own pace. Maybe add some movement if you'd like. Rock your hips side to side so you get a little stretch. Maybe walk your hands out and you can make circles. So just whatever you need to do to loosen up tonight. And then change directions. And then come back to that position where your hands are under your shoulders, knees under the hips, and we're going to do a quick balance position. Extend your right arm out, even with your shoulder, left leg out, even with your hip, and really reach and lengthen from your fingertips to your toes. Belly lifted up towards your spine. Trying not to let your weight sink into that left side. Start to lift and lower. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold, lengthen. Place your hand down. Bring your foot down and curl your toes under. I'm going to move up a little bit so I have some mat to push into. And then rock back a little bit, forward and back, just kind of loosening up and stretching out the ankles and the calves. And then you're going to pick up that leg, bring it behind you, place it on the floor. Then start to turn to the right. So you're curling to the right, looking at your ankle. So you get a nice stretch up that left side. Then you're going to bring your leg back. Bring your knee back under your hip. Other side. Reach your left arm out. Right leg out. Just find your balance. You want to look past your fingertips. So towards the end of your mat, belly lifted. Make sure your hips are in line, that you're not up here. You're straight across, hip to hip, lift and lower. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold, lengthen. Bring that hand down, lower that foot down, curl your toes under. Rock forward and back. Just stretching out the calf, stretching out your ankle. Lift and lengthen that leg. Bring it behind you onto the floor. And then start to curl to the left and see if you can look over your left shoulder at your foot. So you feel a nice stretch up that right side. Lift that leg up, back in line with your hip. Place that knee down right under your hip. One more quick child pose. Maybe roll your wrists around if you're feeling any tension. You can also bring your hands by your feet if that feels good. We're going to be doing some planking. If you have any issues with your wrists, feel free to roll up the front of your mat and place the heel of your palm on the edge, and that will take some of the pressure out. So we're going to start back in that tabletop position, nice strong table. Hands right under the shoulders, step back with your right leg and the left leg into your plank. And just hold your plank here. Nice long line from the top of your head to your ankle. Little tuck of the pelvis. Just take a few breaths here. Being mindful not to let your weight sink into your wrists, sink into your shoulders. You're pressing down but lifting up at the same time. Keep lifting that belly up. Good, so we're going to play with balance a little bit here. We're going to pick up that left hand, bring your elbow up, and place it back down. Hand goes right back under the shoulder. Then we're going to do the right side. Elbow comes up, place it down. So as we keep going, you're going to try to minimize the shifting from side to side. So elbow up, hand down. Elbow up, hand down. And keep breathing. Let's do one more on each side like this. Now we're going to continue like that or add on. Elbow up, reach out, place down. Right arm. Elbow up, reach, place. Left, up, reach, place. Right arm, up, reach, place. One more on each side. Hold. Initiating from the core, lift your hips up into down dog. You're going to work your chest towards your thighs, pressing your hands into the mat, working your heels towards the floor. Ears and biceps in line. Just taking a few breaths in and out. Come up high onto your toes. Work your heels back down, but pick your sitting bones up. Do that a few more times. When you pick your heels up, try not to let your chest move forward. Lift your sitting bones. One more. Come up high onto your toes, rolling through the spine back into your plank. Really tuck that pelvis, pull that belly in. See if you can lift your left arm up and balance. Place it down. Lift your right arm straight up and balance. Now here's the balance challenge. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to do it with you. We're going to lift our left arm, and then when you feel ready, try to lift your right leg. So really tap into the core to stabilize. That's where you're going to find your balance. So nice strong plank, left arm, slowly lift the right leg. And lower. Other side. This will be my harder side. Right arm, left leg. Let's try one more on each side. Nice strong plank. Left arm, right leg. Other side. Right arm. Push the mat away. Left leg. Hand down, knee down. Hold. We're going to slowly lower down. Elbows go straight back. Maybe put your knees down. Let your ribs brush through your elbows. Coming all the way down. Separate your feet a little bit. Knees are turned out. Press your pubic bone down. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale as you come up for swan. Exhale, lower. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, lower. Shoulders stay down away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, lower. As you lift your chest, pull it forward at the same time. So you're finding length from your low back right up through the crown of your head. This way you're not letting your weight sink into your low back. 2 more. Really press that pubic bone down to stabilize. Last one. Hold it here, push yourself up, come into child pose once more. Bring your arms in front, roll your wrists around. Release any tension in your wrists. And then inhale, exhale, rounding through the spine. We're gonna come up to kneeling, come all the way up. And we're gonna have our feet flat on the mat. We're gonna do side stretch here. So you're gonna have genie arms, and you're looking straight ahead. And you can have your feet flat on the mat like this or curl your toes under. It's just a personal preference. So pull your core in. Imagine you're up against the wall. So your shoulders, hips, and knees are in line. You hinge back with a flat back. Try not to arch or throw your head back. So you feel a challenge to your core and you feel a stretch in the thighs. And pull yourself up. Inhale, hinge back. Long breath in. Exhale, lift. Shoulders down. See how far back you can go without losing your form. Nice straight line. This next one, we're going to hinge back and hold it. Nice breath in. Exhale, lift your arms straight up. Out to the side. Up. Genie arms. Lift back up. Let's do that again. Long breath in, shoulders down. Lift, open, lift, genie arms, come all the way up. Hold it here, step out with that right foot. Step out kind of far because we're gonna lean into it for a hip flexor stretch. So that when you hinge, you start to lean forward, your knee doesn't go past your ankle. Your hands are on your right thigh, your chest is lifted. And keep lifting your chest as you bring your hips forward. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can sweep your arms up for a modified crescent, opening up your chest. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the mat. With a flat back, you start to hinge forward and straighten out that right leg. Flex that foot. Pull your belly in. Bring your hips in line. You're starting to sway to the left. Bring them back so that everything is lined up. Knees, hips, and shoulders. Really dig that heel down. See if you can pick up your sitting bone an inch. On the right, you might deepen that stretch. And then you're going to come back up. We're going to switch sides. So you're going to step out with that left foot. Hands are on the left thigh. Start to lean into it. Chest is lifted, shoulders are down. And then deep breath in if you want to deepen the stretch as you sweep your arms up. Wide across the collarbone, shoulders are down. Start to shift your hips back, hands come to the mat, either side of the leg. Flex that left foot, press the heel down, pull that left hip back and pick it up an inch at the same time. And you're pulling your belly in, protecting your spine. And then release that stretch, coming to your knees, and then you're going to come forward and have a seat at the front of your mat. Yeah, so we're going to start our core work on our elbows. So we're going to come all the way down. Your fingertips are either in line with your hips or just behind them. Shoulders and elbows in line. Chest is open. Pull that belly in and up. What you don't want to do is start to round and let yourself go sinking into the mat. You want to keep your core nice and tight so you're a straight line all the way down from the sternum to your pubic bone. And then you're going to lift your legs up to that chair position. Knees over the hips. Hold it, just check your form, shoulders down, chest is lifted, and then start some toe dips. Imagine your leg is in a cast. You're hinging, sorry, Lynn. Unfortunately, Lynn is in a cast. You're hinging forward from the hip, not dropping your heel like this. The whole leg hinges forward. And you should feel a challenge to your core. You should feel your belly really pulling in. Pull it in even more deeply as you drop that heel or your toes. Hold it here. Either continue with the single or try double toe dips, bringing both down and lifting up. Inhale, pull in with your core, lift. 4 more here. Keep working your shoulders down and back. You want to be wide across the collarbones. Hold it here. Push yourself up, sit crisscross. Walk your hands forward, lengthen your spine. Lift your belly up. You should feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs and in the pelvis. And then inhale. As you exhale, you're going to walk your hands back again till you're sitting up tall. Now we're going to come onto our elbows again. We're just going to change it up a little bit. So chest is lifted, core pulled in tight. Lift your pelvis floor as you drop your belly button down. That's really going to help you find your strength from your core. Legs come back up to chair. Straighten the right leg out. Flex the foot. Flex down. Point lift. Flex down. Point lift. And keep breathing. 2 more. Hold it. Bring that right leg to chair. Reset. Straighten out that left leg. Flex that foot. As you lower, lengthen that leg like you're trying to put your footprint on the wall in front of you. 2 more. Pull in with your core as you lower. Exhale, lift. And hold. This time, sit up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Grab your ankles. Pull yourself up. Candy cane forward. Just get a little bit of release in your back, your inner thighs. Yeah, so from here, we're going to do neck pull. So restack your spine, sit up tall. You're going to bring your legs straight out in front of you. Flex your feet. This is kind of like the roll up, but in reverse. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. The goal is to have your hands behind your head, and you can actually get a little traction in your neck. You take your fingers and lift your skull off of the neck. So you're creating space. That's why it's called neck pull. So your shoulders are down. You're making your spine really long. Try to keep your elbows wide as you hinge back. To a point you feel challenged. Don't let your heels drop up. You hold it here, make a little tuck, and then roll down with control. Again, trying to keep your elbows wide. Now we're going to come up like this. It's much more challenging to come up with your elbows wide. If you need to bring them forward or even release your head, feel free to do that. Inhale, exhale, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades come up. Press your heels down. Pull yourself up. Sit up tall. Stretch forward. Restack. Shoulders down. We're going to do it a little bit faster now. Hinge back. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Little tuck. Slowly come down. Inhale, head comes down. Exhale, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades come up. Pull yourself up. Stretch it forward. Find length in your spine. Restack. Hinge back. Hold. Tuck. Rolling down with control. Inhale. Exhale, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades. From the center, pull yourself up. Stretch forward. Restack. Let's do one more full neck pull. Hinge back. Tuck. Roll back with control. Try not to let yourself fall back. Inhale. Exhale, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades. Press your heels down. Stretch it forward. Restack. This time we're going to go down and stay down. Hinge back. Tuck. Slowly roll down. All the way down. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock side to side. One hand on each knee. Let's do some knee stirs. You're going to circle your knees away from each other. Big circle so you feel your pelvis rock forward and back. And then reverse those circles. keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Now bring the soles of your feet together, grab your ankles. You can press your elbows into your thighs and just give a little rock side to side. Try to keep your tailbone down on the mat. Don't let it curl up, and you'll feel a nice stretch in the inner thighs and in the pelvis. So this is Pilates, so we're gonna do the 100 next and then the ab series 5. So we're gonna bring our legs to chair. Now we can do the 100 here in your C curve. You can also have your feet down. That way you can work on your upper abs, curl a little bit more. So you decide what works for you tonight. You can have your legs in chair, straight up, your working level. Wherever you can hold that challenge, as long as your low back doesn't pop up and your belly doesn't pop up. So arms are reaching out their side. Your sides. They're super straight. You're pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, use your core to lift your chest. You're looking through your thighs. Find the leg position that works for you, and then breathe in through the nose for 5. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 3, 4, 5, like you're bouncing little balls. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Almost there. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Last set. Exhale, 3, 4, 5. Lower your head down. Rock your head side to side. Release any tension. We'll go right into the ab series 5. Legs come back to chair. You're going to be in your C curve. If at any time your neck bothers you, always feel free to put your head down, rock your head side to side. You don't have to be in C curve, but if you want to, you rejoin when you're ready. So we're going to use your core to lift that chest. Inhale. Exhale, pull your belly in. You're looking through your thighs. 2 hands on the right knee. Extend that left leg out. Just hold it here for a second. Make sure that pelvis is glued down. Elbows are wide, so make your arms work. Flex those arms to get a little bicep work in there. Reach with the opposite leg. Switch sides, hold. Just find your form. And then when you pick up the pace, you're hitting that same spot in space every time, so being really accurate. Pull in with your core and start to pick up the pace. Keep breathing. Try putting your hands behind your head and flexing your feet. Pull that belly in, lift your pelvic floor. One more set. Bring your hands to your ankles. Maybe pull yourself up a little bit higher. Pull your knees in. Make a V with your body. Arms are straight. Heels squeeze together. Exhale, close that V. Inhale, reach. Pelvis is glued down. Exhale, pull in. Pull your belly in as you extend. Pull in more deeply to pull your knees in. And pull. You find that working angle where you can hold it, but your back doesn't pop up. So only go as low as you can keep your form. Let's do one more. Pull in. Now both legs come up straight. Hands go behind your thigh on the right or your calf. You're going to extend that left leg out. Point your toes. Balance so that your pelvis is tipped away. Your weight is on the back of the pelvis, not your upper body. Find that stretch to start. And then with control, switch. So from the core, switch your legs. One more time slowly so you get that stretch. Maybe flex and point. Slowly switch using your core. And then when you pick up the pace, it's all, again, coming from the center. No momentum. Pick up the pace. Try to bring your legs into your hands. Then you find the stretch. Try flexing your feet. Maybe bring your hands behind your head. Elbows wide. 4 and 3. Push through the heels. 2 and 1. Hold it here, legs come together, heels together, toes apart, chest is lifted, elbows wide. Squeeze your heels together, pull your belly in, lower to your working level, pull back up. It doesn't have to be far. Only go as low as you feel a challenge, but you know your belly's not popping up, your low back isn't lifted. Breathe in through the nose, exhale, lift. 1 more. Give your neck a little break, lower your head, pull your knees in, rock your head side to side. We'll finish with crisscross for the obliques. Legs come back to chair, knees right over the hips. Hands behind the head. Oops. Sorry, just knocked my microphone out. My AirPods. Let's try that again. Hands behind the head, elbows wide, shoulders are down. Inhale, exhale, use your core to lift your chest. You're looking through your thighs. Now see if you can pull yourself up higher and twist to the right, keeping your elbows wide with your left hip stay glued to the mat. We're going to switch sides and switch. So just taking your time here, legs aren't moving, so we can focus on the upper body, but you keep your legs glued right over the hips. One more like this on each side. Now, you can continue like this, or we're going to extend that left leg when we're twisted to the right. Switch sides. Your leg stays in line with the hip. Don't let it move in and out. Keep everything lined in. Up. And twist. And twist. Pull that belly in. Keep breathing. Now keep that same great form as we pick up the pace and go. 2, 3, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull your knees in, lower your head, rock side to side, rock your head side to side. Place your feet down on the mat. We're going to do some bridging. Stretch out the front after all that core work. Also strengthen our back, so your heels are fairly close to your glutes. Arms are at your side, your shoulders are back. Spread your toes wide. You're going to press into your feet as you tuck your tailbone and start to lift up. Weight should only go to the shoulders or shoulder blades. No tension in the neck at all. Imagine you're squeezing a ball as you push your knees away from you. So you're a nice straight line from your knees to your sternum. Inhale, and as you exhale, you come down slowly, one bone at a time. Picture a string of pearls. That's your spine. You release that tuck. When your tailbone hits the mat, tilt your pelvis away from you so you create space below your low back. Then use your core to tuck and press into your feet and lift up again. Press your knees away. Inhale, exhale, slowly come down. One more like that, little arch, tuck, press into all 4 corners of the feet, lift up, squeezing your glutes, you're pulling your belly in. We're going to hold it here, and now imagine there's a little ball between your legs. You're going to squeeze your inner thighs together. 3, 4, 5. So it's a little movement in and out. 8 more. Pull your belly in, don't let your hips drop. 6, 7, and 8. Hold it here. Now we're going to pulse our hips up an inch. We're already lifted. Lift up an inch. Lower. Lift. Try not to let the weight come onto your neck. Relax your face. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold it here. Now you're going to bring your hips down to the mat, almost all the way. Squeeze back up. Down, lift. Down. Really use those glutes to lift. Shoulders are wide. Back of your arms and triceps press into the mat. Let's do 8 more. 1. Pull your belly in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it here. Now come up onto your toes. Walk your heels in a little bit. Press your hips up. Really push those triceps into the mat. And we're going to do that little squeeze again. Squeeze your inner thighs together. 5, 6, 7, 8 more. Try not to let your hips drop. 6, 7, hold, pulse it up. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 more. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come down, lift. Don't go all the way to the mat because we're up on our toes, but come down a little bit farther, a few inches. 6, 7, 8 more. Lower, squeeze up. Find the muscles where your glutes and hamstrings meet. Turn them on. 3 more. 2, push your knees away. 1, lift, hold, bring your heels down, maybe walk your feet away a little bit, and then slowly come down, one bone at a time. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then cross the right foot over the left knee, making a figure 4. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can grab with both hands behind your left thigh. Maybe press your right elbow into your right thigh as you gently pull. You can stay here or maybe coming up into your C curve. Pull your belly in. And flex that right foot. We're going to release that and go to the other side. So the left foot goes across the right knee. Your head is down, or you're in C curve. You can press your left elbow into your left thigh. Nice job. Release that down. Pull both knees into the chest. Bring your feet down to the mat and then just stretch them out. Feet, knees, and hips in line. Reach overhead for a full body stretch. You want to push through the heels. Reach with your arms like you're trying to touch the wall behind you. It's okay to let your ribs come apart and let your upper back lift up off the mat. Just take a deep breath and really fill those lungs up with air. And then exhale, pull your ribs together. Start to lift your arms up a little bit so your rib cage comes back down onto the mat. Back of the pelvis is heavy on the mat. Press your heels down. We're going to go into the roll up. Inhale, exhale, arms lift, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades come up. Lift yourself up, stretch it forward. You want to make sure your arms aren't down here by your legs. Your arms are in line with your shoulder, parallel to the floor, and you're lifting, your sitting bones are going in one direction, but you're lifting up and away in the other direction. Inhale as you start to roll back, pull your belly in, come down slowly. So find your control here. It's very challenging, even more challenging than coming up if you take your time coming down. Inhale, exhale, arms lift, press your heels down, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades come up. Stretch it forward. Flex your feet so you feel a stretch at the back of the leg. Pull in more deeply, start to roll back. Pause when you feel your weight behind your tailbone and just hold it here. Drop your shoulders, pull your belly in. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. See if you can come down another inch. Pulling everything in, try not to let your belly pop up. Come down another inch if you can. Pull yourself all the way up, stretch forward. Now we're going to go all the way down. Taking our time. Arms come overhead, inhale. Exhale, arms lift, head, shoulders, and shoulder blades. Pull yourself up, stretch forward, restack, and sit up tall. We're going to do open leg rocker here. So, another rolling exercise like rolling like a ball, except we open it up. So you can either have your hands behind your thighs, but your legs are separated. So if they were straight, you'd be in a V. You can do it here. You can straighten your legs here, or you can grab your ankles. Once your legs are in the position you want to make sure that your chest is lifted. So to start, your back is flat, you're looking forward, your chest is lifted. Inhale. Exhale, you tuck your tailbone, you roll back just to the shoulder blades. You come up, you lift wide across the collarbones, lift your chest again. So you don't want to round at the top. Your chest is lifted. Roll back. No tension in the neck. Whoop. Yeah, didn't go all the way up. Roll back, lift. Lift your pelvic floor. If it's hard, you're doing it right. So take your time. There should be no momentum. Lift your chest. Roll back. Come up with control. Lift. Let's do one more. Find that lift. See if you can bring your legs together. Lift your chest as you do. Lift your pelvic floor, pull your belly in. If you want to release your arms, squeeze your heels together, arms parallel to the legs, or straight up and lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower with control, stretch forward. And then restack your spine. We're going to do spine twist here. So your feet are parallel, even with your hips. Arms are out to the side. We're going to twist to the right from the ribs. Try not to move your arms. So arms move because you're twisting the ribs. Lift up, look over your shoulder, come back to center. Try not to let your legs and feet move. Lift. Inhale. Exhale, twist. And center. And twist. And center. Let's do one more on each side. Hold it here. Swing both of your legs to your left side. Grab your ankles. We're going to go into mermaid. So you're trying to pull yourself up so you're not tipped over. You want your shoulders and hips in line. Reach your right arm up. Lift and reach. Try to imagine that you're curling, not just leaning to the left. Reach with your arm. Press your right hip away. Lift up, hand comes down, come onto your right elbow, reach with your left arm. Use your side body muscles to lift you up and then push yourself up, come up and over. Inhale, lift, exhale, reach. Inhale, lift, exhale, reach. One more time. Come all the way up. Swing your legs to the front again. We're going to do seated leg lift here. Pull the right knee in, but this time we're going to sweep our legs. So your hands are resting on your right knee, genie arms, or at your side. You want to really pull yourself up and stay there. Instead of lifting up and down, we're going to sweep side to side. So you're going to lift, sweep to the left, center, lower. Lift, lower, lift. Reach your leg, make it really long. Keep breathing. Try not to fall back. One more. And shake it out. Other side. Come up tall. Lift your chest. Reach with that leg. Lift. Sweep to the right. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Like you're trying to touch the wall with your toes. One more. And lower. Now both of your legs go to the right side. Hands on the ankle, pull yourself up, reach out with the left arm, lift through the rib cage as you start to curl over. Inhale, lift, hand comes down, exhale, curl and reach in the opposite direction. So really make the most of this stretch, but you're also using your muscles to control the motion. There's no momentum. And reach, press that opposite hip away. Come up tall, shoulders down. Let's do one more. And then coming all the way up. We're going to come onto our stomachs for single leg kick and double leg kick. So you're going to come onto your stomach. but you're going to be on your elbows to start. So separate your legs a little bit. You want slightly wider than the hips. They don't have to be perfectly in line. And your kneecaps are pointed down. Tops of your feet on the mat. You can clasp your hands together or have your middle finger in line with your elbow. You're going to look forward the whole time like a sphinx. Shoulders are down. First, before you do anything else, pull your elbows back as you pull your chest forward. So you feel that length in your spine. No weight in your low back. Now, we're going to pick up that right leg a little bit and lower it, and the left leg lift and lower a little bit. Just a little bit as you're working the upper body. You're pulling your shoulders down, pulling your chest forward. Press your pubic bone down. Now, we're going to bend the knee, kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. Kick, kick, lower. Keep pulling your chest forward, your elbows back, pressing down into the mat. Now change it up a little bit. Do flex, point, lower. Flex, point, lower. You can feel the difference. You get a little bit more of a stretch. As you lower, lengthen that leg and reach. Flex, point, reach. One more on each side. Shoulders down. Double leg kick. We're going to come all the way down onto the mat. Turn to your head to the left so your right cheek is on the mat. Both hands go to your low back. So you're clasping your hands together. Now glue your legs together. So you're going to kick 3 times with your legs glued together. So it's 1, 2, 3. As you inhale, clasp your hands together, lift your chest. So you're pulling your arms back. Legs are straight and reaching. Inhale, look to the right, lower, exhale, 3 kicks. 1, 2, 3, lift. Look to the left, lower. 1, 2, 3, and lift. Pull those shoulders back, lift your chest, look right. 1, 2, 3, and lift. Look left, lower. Deep breath in. Shoulders back, look right, last one. 1, 2, 3, lift, hold it here. See if you can lift your legs up a little bit more. Bring your arms out to a T. Start to beat your heels together. Squeeze from the glutes. Press your pubic bone down. Keep breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Hold it. Little crisscrosses over and under. 10, 9, 8. Don't let your chest drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Reach, length, and lift up a little bit higher. Lower down. Push yourself up and back into child pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Just let your weight sink back. Release any tension in your back. Maybe add a little side to side movement. And then inhale, exhale, coming back up onto your hands and knees. Move through a few cow and cat stretches just to continue and release any tension in your back. And we're going to come into another plank. So we're going to do one more series of plank and down dog. Then we're going to stand up and do a little standing leg work. Hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, belly is lifted. Step back with the right leg and the left leg. Good, so just finding your nice strong plank. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale from the core. Lift your hips up into down dog. Working your chest towards your thighs. Working your heels down, sitting bones up. Inhale. Lift onto your heels, onto your toes. Exhale, roll through your spine like a wave. Look past your fingertips. We're going to come into a side plank. So you're going to take your left hand, bring it right under your nose, open up to the right side. You can stack your feet one on top of the other, or you can stagger them. You can also bring a knee down. Kick your weight up so the whole left side is working. reaching your arm towards the ceiling. Bring that arm overhead, lift your hips up a little bit higher. Just take a few breaths here. If you're feeling strong, really lift up. See if you can lift that top leg. Don't know if I can do it today. Ooh, a little bit. Every day is different. Transition back to your plank. Bring your right hand down. I'm going to change directions. So you don't have to look at my back. We're back in our plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly in. Slide your right hand under your nose. Open up to the right side. Left side opens up. Lift your hips up. Reach that arm overhead. Stack or stagger your feet. Also, you can drop a knee. Lift your hips up even higher. Then see if you can float that top leg up just a little bit. That's all I got today. Come back to your plank, hands under the shoulders. Knees down one at a time. Child pose once more. Bringing your sitting bones towards your heels. Then rounding through the spine, come up onto your knees. Then we're going to stand up. So we're going to do a little standing leg work, which is basically what barre is. So if you have a chair or a wall nearby, anything for balance, if you want to start, you won't need it but at the end. But maybe just one hand or no hand. You can have your hands in prayer. You're going to bring your heels together, toes apart. You want to make sure you're standing up tall like you're against a wall. So your shoulders, your hips, knees, and ankles are in line. You're not arching your back. Your sitting bones are going straight down. So just be mindful of that you don't start to let your back start to arch, or you might feel some discomfort there. Zip up your inner thighs, come up high onto your toes, and just hold it here. You can have your other hand on your hip, out to the side, overhead, whatever you like. You're up super tall, like you're wearing high heels. And then you're going to slowly bring your heels to the floor, lift back up. That's all we're doing. You're going down, lift, down, lift. So really working those ankles, your tendons, your calves. Keep those sitting bones going straight down. Neck is long. You're looking straight ahead. Zip up your inner thighs. 4 more. 3, 2. Now we're going to lift and hold it here. And you're going to come into a little plie. Your knees go wide out to a diagonal. And you squeeze back up. Press, squeeze up. Turn on those inner thighs when you zip back up. Press out. You resist in both directions. Pull your belly in. 4 more. 3. Keep those heels pressed together. 2, 1. Now we're going to come down, hold it here. Check your form. Make sure you're not arching. Little tuck of the pelvis, little pulse. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to change it up. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, zip up. 1, 2, 3, and lift. 1. Press your knees away. Lift. 1, 2, 3, and lift. 4 more sets. Keep breathing. 1, 2, 3, zip up. Press those heels together. Lift. 1, 2, 3, lift. We're going to finish with down, lift, down, lift. 5, 6, 7, lift. Come down, hold it. If you're holding onto something for balance, see if you can release. Bring your right arm up. Left arm, maybe come a little bit lower. Come up tall. Bring your heels down. We're going to do the same idea, except now our feet are parallel under our hips. Zip up from in the center. Find something to hold on to for balance if you need it. You can also have your hands in prayer or on your hips. Come up high onto your toes, like you're wearing high heels, shoulders down, sitting bones down. Lower your heels, lift, lift. Deep breath in and out. We're going to do 8 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it here. Now, instead of going to a diagonal, our knees go straight forward, pull up. Press them forward, lift. But as you press forward, you don't hinge forward. It's like you're sliding down a wall. Making sure you're not arching your back. Press forward, lift. Lift. Heels are high. Slide down that imaginary wall. Let's do 8 more. 7. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2. Hold it down here. Shoulders over the hips. Pull your knees forward. If this is too much for your knees, maybe come up a little bit higher, do a tiny pulse. Always protect your knees, protect your back. 8 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do that 3 zip up series next. So it's 1, 2, 3, and lift. 2, 3, and lift. Pull the core in. Check your form, shoulders over the hips. And lift. Press those toes down, 2 more sets. Now we're going to go down, lift, down, lift. One more. Come down, hold it. Find your balance. Bring one arm up. Other arm. Maybe drop a little bit lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, heels down. Let's do a quick quad stretch. So you're going to take your left hand, grab your left ankle, line your knees up, press your hips forward so your sitting bones are tucked down. Chest is lifted. And then switch sides. Right hand, right ankle. You can let go if you want to check your balance. And release. Good. So now you're going to bring your heels wide in the second position, toes turned out. We started late, so I'm just going a little over. But if you need to drop out, I won't be offended. Hands are on your hips. Same idea. We're going to go down and up, but I don't want you to hinge forward at all. It's like you're sliding down a wall, but you're pressing your knees out at the same time. So just make sure your knees aren't going past your toes. So we're going to go down, squeeze your glutes to lift. Lift. Keep breathing. 3 more. 2, 1. Now we're going to do little pulses. Keep working on that form. 8 more. 1, 2. Make sure your knees don't start to collapse in. 6, 7, 8. Now it's 1, 2, 3. Squeeze up. Really turn your glutes on to lift and press your feet into the floor. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze up and 1. Lift. 1 more set. Now down. Lift. Maybe come a little bit lower if you can. 3, 2. Hold it down. The only thing, we're not going to come up and down. We're going to press our knees back and forward. Back to where it started. So you're pressing back and then coming back to where you started. Press, press, press. Don't let your back arch. Make sure that your sitting bones are going straight down. Stand up tall. Now this time we're going to pick up our right heel, come into your plie like that. Keep that heel lifted. 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch heels. Left heel comes up. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch, but 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 2, 3, 4. Now 2. 1, 2. Try not to let your hips move. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to go to singles, but try not to let your hips move at all. So you're not going up and down. You're picking up your heel. Everything else is still. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Last thing here, see if you can lift both heels up. Come down. Keep those heels up. Pulse. Shoulders over the hips. 7, 8 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift, heels down. Heel toe your feet in a little bit. They're so wide at your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale. Swan dive forward, flat back. Come into a forward fold. Spine is long. Just release your head. Let it be heavy. Maybe nod it yes and no. Hands, you can be on the floor, or you can hold your elbows with your hands and just swing side to side. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your knees, half lift. So your nice straight line from the top of your head to your tailbone, belly lifted. Inhale, exhale, forward fold again. A little bit side to side movement. Come back to center, tuck your tailbone, roll all the way up, one bone at a time. Heel toe your feet into the center. So your feet are right under your hips. Take a deep breath in. When your hands reach the top, press your heels down, lift your chest, teeny tiny back bend. Exhale, push the air away, and we'll finish with one more deep breath in. And exhale. And have a great night. Have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me.